board certified dermatologist. I'm here to help you get your best skin. So any questions you got, just drop in the chat. I love helping you guys out, supporting you guys on these channels and helping you learn how to get your best skin. My favorite thing is helping you guys get your best skin with not breaking the bank, with things that are safe and easy for you to get. So if you have any questions at all, make sure to drop them in the chat. Literally, I'm here for you. I love doing lives with you guys because so many people can learn. So anything you got, drop in the chat. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. We'll talk about, good skincare routines. We're going to talk about acne. We're going to talk about wrinkles. We'll talk about things like eczema, anything like that. Any questions you guys got, nothing off limits. The whole idea is to learn together. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the chat. And if you're here, make sure to tap the screen, drop some likes, drop some love in the comments to show that you support the channel. It's one of the nicest things that you can do to help support things. So any questions you got, just drop in the chat. Thank you guys all for being here. Again, I'm Dr. Greeney. I'm a board certified dermatologist. So deep acne scars, we'll get into that first. So deep acne scars, very frustrating. First of all, most of us deal with acne. About 90% of us deal with acne, and sometimes they'll leave red marks, which is called post-inflammatory erythema. It's red marks or pink marks, and those actually tend to fade on their own with time. You just got to give it time for that to fade. But when you get deep divoted acne marks, there's only a couple real good solutions for it. Now at home, you can do some microneedling. That's one option. And another option is you can actually get, one of my favorite things to do is actually numb those up and actually cut them out and do a tiny stitch in them just to get it to heal up better than the mark did. Because an acne bump is like haphazard. It pops up, it's inflammatory, it's irritating, and you want to get that knocked out. So you can actually do a more controlled approach. You can do lasers on those too. Now the lasers do have a decent amount of downtime, but that's a great way to get rid of deep acne marks. Thoughts on red light therapy. First of all, I want to say, hey, Ashley, thank you for being here, and it's good to be live. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate you guys being on. If you guys have any questions, just drop it in the chat. I'm going to answer every single one. So if you got any questions, Ashley, feel free to ask. So a good question about red light therapy came in. So red light therapy is the cherry on top of a great skincare routine. So red light therapy, you can get them as masks. You can obviously get these red light treatments done in the office. But thank you guys. Keep tapping that like, guys. Keep tapping that like if you guys are on the live. So red light can help to boost the energy levels in our cells. It can help in anti-aging in a variety of ways, reducing inflammation, helping to boost collagen. But don't waste your money on red light unless you're already doing great treatment with good skincare routine. So a good skincare routine overall would be doing something like a vitamin C serum in the morning. And my favorite one of all is Brandify. I really like Brandify Vitamin C because it's affordable and it's effective. It's incredible ingredients. L-ascorbic acid, very active form of vitamin C. It also has ferulic acid, which is another powerful antioxidant, which helps your vitamin C work even better. So that's one of my favorite things ever. And then at bedtime, you of course want to use a good sunscreen. My favorite one's like EltaMD. I really like EltaMD sunscreen. The UV clear tinted is very good. And then at bedtime, you want to use a retinol or a retinoid. So retinols or retinoids are the most powerful thing that you can use for your skin to help with anti-aging. It helps with wrinkles, dark spots, skin texture, acne. All of those things can be helped by using those things. Now, if you're doing all of that right, then consider adding in red light therapy. And one of my favorite red light therapy devices is Cure. I really like Cure. It's a reasonable price range. Devices are tough because you got to work them into your routine, right? So it takes a little while to integrate those in the routine and take the time out of it. Dwayne Ward, great question. What is this about? This is about skincare. I'm a board certified dermatologist. As you guys may know, it takes 12 years to become a board certified dermatologist after high school. So it takes quite a while. So I'm here to help you guys get your best skin and help educate you and answer your questions. So I use lights, anti-aging wand. So the wands I'm a little bit skeptical of just because I think it's hard to get enough of that good light on your skin. I like the mask a little bit better personally, but Ashley, if you've got the wand and you're liking it, then stick with it. How long can purging last with retinol? Generally, Ashley, purging from retinol is going to only last maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Sometimes the dryness of retinol, which is the bigger problem, can persist a little bit longer. So that can be really frustrating. But that's a typical, that's like kind of a typical thing. You know, I would plan on a little dryness and irritation, especially over the 3 or 4 weeks. Keep in mind that purging, which is what really is thought of as like almost your acne worsening when you start a retinol, is usually just dryness, and usually can be avoided if you actually focus on doing a good skincare routine and making sure to moisturize really well. So Keep Senor says, legend man, Ratan, tata, miss you. Dude, I miss you. Keep Senor, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. First one, FDA approved. I think it's reasonable, Ashley. I'm glad you got that. Ram has said, happy I can help you. So, inevitably fun, once Dr. Greeney. Well, thank you so much. I am here for you guys. Keep dropping the questions in the chat. I'm literally going to answer all of them. So I'm here for you guys. I see there's only one like. If you guys are here and you love skincare, tap those likes. Let YouTube know that we're helping people get their best skin. If you guys are here, drop questions in the chat. Don't be shy. I'm here for you to help you get your best skin. So drop some likes in the chat. It really helps fuel up the live. Get more people in here so we can help everybody get their best skin. Is there any UV protection you can add to cars? Ashley, you absolutely can. So you can get UVA, UVB tinted. I've actually got a full YouTube video on this where I actually tested how much UV light came through my window glass of my Tesla. Then I went and I tested my wife's car too, and it's actually different because we know UVA rays do penetrate window glass. So we found that out. Now my Tesla was very protected. It pretty much blocked all the UV light that came through besides one tiny pane of glass that was in the back. But my wife's car actually did not block all the light. So it was a little bit, I got to get my dew on. So we dewed up. So that's a thermal spray, by the way. So thank you guys so much for tapping the likes. Thank you for being here, guys. You guys are amazing. So you can get tint. You can get tint that can be installed in your car. Like when I actually worked down in Texas, I was actually a volunteer at a camp called Camp Dermatology, and it was for children with skin diseases. And I would go there, and I was a nurse for a few years, and I was also a counselor for a few years. And so we had kids with a condition called XP, which is basically where their skin cannot repair from UV damage. So it's very, very important. They kind of, to put it like in an interesting way, but a relatable way, they almost walk around almost like Ewoks, like off Star Wars, with the little like drapes and everything all over their skin. They keep their skin completely covered to stay safe. And we had 3M sun protection installed on their cabin completely to keep any light coming through the window glass. So you got to stay glued up. Keep Senor coming in from India. I appreciate you being here, Keep Senor. So good, so good. So yeah, people are asking a little bit about the thermal spray. So for thermal spray, it's really nice. A lot of these thermal sprays, like the La Roche-Posay one, that's going to be like a mineral thermal spray. It's got ingredients that literally come from the ground. It sounds like hype, or it sounds like BS or whatever, but it actually has been studied a lot to show reduced inflammation and redness. And you can put that on pretty much at your first step of any skincare routine after cleansing. And you get that nice like mix of selenium and other ingredients that are in there that are minerals that come from groundwater that gets filtered through the earth. And it's a nice thing to put on. It works particularly well if you're spraying that on and then maybe applying a hyaluronic acid, or you're doing a moisturizer on top of it, because one of the best ways to hydrate the skin is to lock in and seal that moisturizer on your skin. Is really good. So lamellar ichthyosis. So ichthyosis is a complicated topic that's always a good idea to go see a dermatologist about. So we get into some things. Some things are a little too medical sometimes to get into on social media, but I love talking about things that are easy, accessible, that you can do at home. You know what I mean? So Thomas Romero says, I've been on Accutane for 14 years now, and I think it's starting to take a toll on my joints. Wow, Thomas, I've actually never met anyone on Accutane that long. I've got one patient that's on it chronic long-term at a low dose, but no one's ever been on it that long that I've personally known. Ashley says I should try the PCA Daily Defense. PCA makes some incredible skincare products. Love them. They make particularly good. Their peels in office are fantastic. So we got a person here, X-High Anna. In high school, my acne isn't doing well. I'm a girl with lots of closed comedones. Do you know how to fix this? I've used La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo on my breakouts, but it peels my skin. Yes, so Effaclar Duo from La Roche-Posay is a mix of benzoyl peroxide and another type of skin acid. So it can be a little bit irritating to pimples, but it's good at drying up pimples kind of quicker. It does dry pimples up a little bit quicker, but sometimes it can be a touch irritating. So you want to do less is more. It's definitely, I like it as a spot treatment. But I will say, if you guys are out there struggling with acne, if you're struggling with acne, and comedonal acne, just to kind of help you guys, that if you don't quite understand what that is, that's usually acne that doesn't look very inflamed, but you kind of see more blackheads and whiteheads. So comedones can be open or closed. So the closed comedones are like whiteheads, and the blackheads are like, the dark spots that you see on the skin. That's whiteheads and blackheads. That's comedonal acne. Now, there's two things that are best for this. As a dermatologist, I prescribe them every single day. But what you want to be doing is making sure you're using a great salicylic acid cleanser. You can usually find one that's 2%. So 2% salicylic acid cleanser, you can get them all over. There's all kinds of brands that make them. People like Inky List makes them. You can get them from CeraVe, the CeraVe acne control cleanser. These are very, very good. And it's a 2% salicylic acid cleanser. And then at bedtime, the best thing that you can do is using a retinoid. A retinoid like you want to use like adapalene. So La Roche-Posay Effaclar adapalene gel would be what you want to use every single night. And it's incredible. It's honestly one of the best ways to get your acne under control. And it takes about 2 to 3 months to really start appreciating the improvements. But you will get there. You will get there. So that's a great routine. If you only did that thing in the morning and night, that's going to be a wonderful routine. So if you guys are still here on the live, tap the likes, guys. Tap the likes. Let the platform know you guys are here and that this is helping you, okay? It helps me a ton. It helps the live get to more people so we can answer more great questions and help everybody on here get their best skin. I know it's not always the easiest to get into a dermatologist. That's why I'm here for you. And you can check out some of my other long form videos. I got full videos on like the best acne routine. I got full videos on the cheap, like a affordable skincare routine that's great. I got full routine videos on helping to improve dark spots. And some of the hottest, latest products that have come out for skincare, I've done full reviews on those. So I'm here for you guys. Feel free to tap that like if you guys are here. Again, I'm Dr. Dylan Greeney. I'm a board certified dermatologist. I'm here to help you get your best skin. So let's see what else we got. Alistair, thanks so much. It's good to see. I actually lived down in Texas for a little bit. So Prabhu says, do we have UV rays in the peak sunlight only? Like, do we need sunscreen sunrise to sunset also? Definitely, it's a good idea to get in the habit of applying sunscreen on your face every day. So I usually say, hey, when you get up to brush your teeth, put on your sunscreen. And if you know you're going to be outside all day or for longer periods of time, you need to think about reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours. So you want to do that. So that's definitely what you want to do. You do need it all year round. Your UVA and UVB, which I get into in the Tesla video that I put on YouTube, the UVA rays are present throughout the year. UVB rays, which are the typical burning rays, you can think of UVB burning, those decrease like in the winter and stuff, and they're more intense in the summer. They're also more intense during the day. But UVA rays are almost always just penetrating down, beating down throughout the year. And UVA rays are like little bullets that can go through window glass and they cause aging. They reach deeper into our skin because they're a longer wavelength. So thank you guys so much. You guys are incredible. I appreciate you guys being here. And keep tapping the like, guys. If this is helping you, tap the like, okay, guys? Again, I'm Dr. Dylan Greeney. Tiffany was asking about Restylane. So Restylane is a type of filler. So Restylane comes in many different variants. It's type of filler. It's made from hyaluronic acid. That's a type of gel that's injected into the skin to replace volume. Because as we kind of lose volume and as time goes on, we start to lose volume in our face. Sometimes women get a little bit jowly down here. You'll start to get a little hollow. You'll start noticing lines more. Your cheeks start to deflate a little bit. So hyaluronic acid injectables can be used to reinflate those areas of your face and can lend to a more youthful appearance. Now it can also be used in the lips. I've got lots of amazing before and afters in my own patients, and it's bad because sometimes you can see plenty of people, and honestly, you don't have to watch TV for more than about 5 minutes to see somebody completely jacked up and overdone. But as a dermatologist, I pride myself in doing no harm and making sure that people stay safe. So there's good ways to do it. There's bad ways to do it. Alistair's asking a great question about back acne. So back acne is a little bit more stubborn. It's a little bit more difficult to treat. So sometimes it tends to be deeper. Sometimes tends to be a little bit deeper. It's sometimes a little bit more prone to leave scarring. So with back acne, you don't have a ton of great over-the-counters. I would say there's two things that come to mind. It's hard to apply a cream everywhere on your chest or back, right? But what you want to do is you want to apply 10% benzoyl peroxide wash. And you can find this from various brands. Panoxyl makes a really good one. That's awesome. So Panoxyl, also there's a company called Acne Free, which is pretty readily available at Walmart. It makes a really good one too. And you want to lather that up and leave it on for about 60 seconds. You can rinse it off. You do it in the shower. Now be careful because benzoyl peroxide does It does like bleach fabric. So if you're, you got your nice new towel and you're drying off with it, unfortunately it can bleach the fabric. So you want to be careful with that. The other thing that you can do to help chest and back acne at home is you could use a topical salicylic acid spray. Now, once again, acne-free or benzoyl peroxide, actually, you can do either of those as a spray, and it's leave on. Benzoyl peroxide, so benzoyl peroxide actually works to help kill acne bacteria and reduce inflammation. Salicylic acid helps to melt down into pores and prevent pore blockage and open those pores up, because the very first reason that we get an acne bump is because a pore gets clogged. And then oil builds up behind the pore, and then inflammation takes over and causes a lot of irritation and inflammation and like pus buildup, which can lead to a bad scar. And then obviously we're all human, so then you want to pop it, and then it gets worse and worse. Anyway, it's a big downward spiral that you don't want to get into. So thoughts on what is it? Ascorbyl palmyrate as a lipid form of vitamin C in the Jan Marini Siesta serum. So I personally use Siesta by Jan Marini. I really like the products. They're a little expensive. They're fragrance. They smell quite nice, actually. I think that's completely fine. I'm a big L-ascorbic acid kind of guy, but I realize it can be irritating for some people. But I really do like Jan Marini. So Ashley, that's a great question. And Alistair, you're very welcome. You guys keep the questions coming, guys. And feel free to tap that like. Again, it really helps. And especially now, because I'm kind of just filling out TikTok Live. I'm just filling out YouTube Live on these verticals. So if this is helpful to you guys, I want to know it, okay? I want to know it. I need you guys to tap, drop questions. Let me know, because I want to come here and help you guys if this is helpful to you. And I put out some long form content and stuff, but actually I like doing live Q&As more than anything else. So if it's helpful, drop some chatter in the chat, drop some hearts in the chat, tap the likes. That will really, really help. So Ashar, what's the best hand moisturizer for eczema? So there's a couple of good ones. You could really just lean into using CeraVe moisturizing cream in the jar. It's a little thicker, it's a little richer, it's very good. There's another good one that comes to mind called Norwegian Hand Formula by Neutrogena. I like both of those a lot. Those are good options. The Vanicream moisturizer is also quite nice too. So that's really, really good as well. So yeah, those are all good questions. So thank you. How to fix closed comedones? Closed comedones, again, salicylic acid cleanser or adapalene. If you guys are in the chat right here, you can come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube, SwoleMD Skincare. I would love for you guys, if you guys are here, I want you to come over to YouTube and come chat with me over here on YouTube, guys. It's a nice slow chat. We can answer every single person's question. Come over to YouTube, SwoleMD Skincare. Hang out with me on here, and let's ask these questions. YouTube, SwoleMD Skincare. Come check me out on there, and we'll chat. So some feedback from Amanda. You saved my son's skin with adapalene. Adapalene's literally the best treatment that you can get over the counter for acne. It used to be prescription only. Now you can get it, over the counter. I'm getting a ton of cystic acne from starting tretinoin. Is that normal? So you might be experiencing, Allie, what's called purging, and that's what we talked about a little bit in here tonight. It's pretty rare for that to happen, but I would say if you're just starting tretinoin, you have to just stick with it and stick it out and stick with it for probably at least a good 3 months to kind of see where you're going. It's actually very rare for like tretinoin to flare things up. Depending on your age, sometimes if you're younger, you can go through phases in your life when your acne gets worse, and that certainly can happen. But tretinoin is one of the best treatments that there are for acne, and I will tell you, if you're prescribed it, stick with the plan for your doctor, because they'll get you on the right track and they know you best. So China says, should I be concerned over skin tags growing in the same place in the neck over the last couple of years? So skin tags can be a red flag for things. Skin tags are those little fleshy bumps that you can get on the neck, sometimes under the breast, under the arms. They tend to come up in areas of friction, and they can actually be a sign of metabolic disease and metabolic instability in our body. Sometimes it happens to people that are a little bit more overweight. Maybe you're a little insulin resistant. When you're a little bit insulin resistant, your body will secrete more insulin, and that is a growth hormone that can thicken up the skin. It can make skin tags. It can sometimes make the neck look dark. which is called acanthosis nigricans. So that's like a really worrisome thing. So you do have to worry about it. Now, I've seen people completely active and anybody can get them, but I will say, if you're a little overweight, maybe you got some PCOS or that kind of thing, like it can be a sign that you're a little insulin resistant. So if you're getting a lot of skin tags, make sure you're getting your hemoglobin A1C checked with your doctor. Make sure you're exercising every day and eating a healthy diet because you want to keep yourself safe. So Prabhu says, I've been using 1% sal acid body wash for backache. It helped reduce active, the scars are still there. So benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid aren't particularly helpful for scars, but that's gonna help keep your acne under control. And using both of those things is a great idea. Thank you guys so much for being here. I see a lot of new faces in the chat. Again, I'm Dr. Dylan Greeney. I'm a board certified dermatologist. I'm here to help you get your best skin, okay? So thank you for being here and thanks for all the great questions. If this is helpful to you guys, tap the live, guys. Tap the live, make sure to subscribe as well. Tap the subscribe. I'd love to have you part of our skincare community. We call ourselves the Skincare Besties, and I'm here for you guys. I love doing live streams and I love answering all your questions. So let's see, Maria. PCOS, hormonal acne rex. So nerve birth control or spironolactone pills, please. So Maria, you've mentioned two of the best medicines that there are for hormonal acne. So you've told me no spironolactone and no Winlevi. Sorry, you said no spironolactone or birth control. So those are two of the best ones. Spironolactone in particular is one of the best treatments. It helps to regulate testosterone in the system, which lowers women's acne. It's actually been proven to be more effective even than oral antibiotic pills, and it's something that you can take safely long term. The only time you wouldn't want to be taking it is obviously during pregnancy or if you're trying to conceive, but other than that, you're good. Your only other option that's in the hormonal category would be doing a treatment called Winlevi. It's a cream that can be applied on the face, chest, or back to reduce hormonal acne breakouts, and it can be used in both men and women. That's a really, really good question. How can I get rid of gnarly farmer's tan, especially on the face? So Marco, great question. Unfortunately, once you have the tan, the damage is kind of done. A tan, just so you guys know, is it's like a cry for help from your skin. It produces crazy amounts of melanin to try to protect your skin because it's been damaged. The DNA in your skin has been damaged. So make sure to protect your skin. Unfortunately, once you have a tan, you just have to wait for it to fade. So your best option is protection. So Lauren, what to use on dry, flaky skin on the chin and the bottom of the nose. I've tried moisturizer, Vaseline. Sometimes when that happens, it's actually a condition called seborrheic dermatitis. I encourage you to talk to your dermatologist about it, but it usually shows up as a kind of a greasy, dry flakiness around the nose. One of my favorite treatments for that is ketoconazole. You can get that over the counter. Ketoconazole and maybe a little bit of mild hydrocortisone, 1%. That's a really good way to keep that under control. Unfortunately, we don't know a cure for it. It's kind of like psoriasis and eczema. We don't have a perfect cure for it, but you can do those things that will help. Ingrid says, how does one get rid of white sebum dots on the chin and or dark pimples? So there's a really good product out right now called Remedy for pore size, which would be a good thing to add in using a good salicylic acid wash and adapalene. Otherwise, you could see a dermatologist in person and we can just barely nick those out and express them. It's called comedonal extraction, and we can do that. But your adapalene and your salicylic acid would be the way to do that. Ashley said she's only ever seen me on TikTok live. I know, but I'm here on YouTube, guys. I'm here on YouTube for you guys. So if you guys are over on TT or anything like that, come over to YouTube. We're chatting here tonight. What's a good shampoo brand for flaky, bad buildup on the scalp and how often? I really like Nizoral shampoo. Nizoral shampoo is a really good option. And another thing you could do is there's a shampoo called Briogeo Mega Strength Shampoo. It's a 3% salicylic acid, which is incredible. So I really, really like that one as well. Mia's here. Why does purging from tretinoin last more than 6 months? So Mia usually does it. Are you dealing more with dryness or are you getting more pimples? Because the question will be, is the tretinoin simply not adequate enough for you? Because it's possible that you're just not getting fully treated, right? You might be doing it and it just might not be strong enough for you. You might need to go up on the strength of tretinoin, or sometimes topical regimens may not control your acne and you might need something more, like oral antibiotics or things like Accutane. There's different stuff that can help. So Pro says, people call me Rudolph because my nose has a big red pimple on it. Is it fine to pop or let it go away? I'm sorry that people do that. I'll tell you what, people have no filter. Generally, it's not a good idea to pop pimples. So I would lean into things like hydrocolloid pimple patches, or a treatment like we talked about a little bit earlier. It's called La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. And that's a treatment that you can put on there. And unfortunately, if you got to catch a pimple early, put that on there, and that could dry it up a little faster. Is rice protein chemical sunscreen good? So I personally, I haven't used any rice protein chemical sunscreens. I'm not really familiar with them. I don't know if that's in some of the Korean skincare products, but I haven't personally used it. So I usually, as you guys have grown to know, I I only really talk about things I personally tried because I want you guys to believe in what I talk about. When I tell you guys something, it's not going to be crap. It's not going to be crazy expensive. I'm going to tell you guys the stuff that is the most affordable, that's the safest, that's effective, stuff I've used. I would never tell you anything that's crap. So, oh my God, Brittany's here. She said she still has a pillowcase she won during one of the giveaways. Brittany was here when I very first started my YouTube channel, and now we're over, what, 10.8K subscribers? So Brittany's here in the long run, and yeah, I was living in Indianapolis at the time, and now I'm down in Evansville, and thanks for being here so long, Brittany. It is great to be here. It's so good to see a old but familiar face. So Big, what we had, Big said, what's a good shampoo brand for fakey buildup on the scalp? So we talked about that. I answered that question. Again, Nizoral shampoo and Briogeo Mega Strength shampoo. And then we got the Rudolph question already as well. Ashley, can you place the difference between retinol and tretinoin? I know there's many forms of vitamin A. Think about those on a spectrum, basically. So your retinol is going to be on one end of the spectrum, tretinoin's on the other end, and just to the right of tretinoin is retinoic acid. So least active, retinol. Least irritating, retinol. Most irritating, retinoic acid. Most effective, though. So it's basically a spectrum of that has to go through a series of conversions in your body to become the active form. So you can get retinol over the counter anywhere. You can even get retinoids, which are close to that retinoic acid, over the counter now in adapalene. But tretinoin, a little stronger, a little bit more active, a little bit more irritating. But that's a really, really good question. So Allie says, how can I help my daughter's eczema flare-ups? Steroid cream, I heard, thin her skin, so I stopped using that. So Allie, it's all about how you use it. So when you see a good dermatologist like myself, we're going to kind of explain. We're usually going to say, hey, you know, when her eczema is bad and the rash is thick, you're going to use the steroid creams twice a day. And as things get better, then you back off to once a day and then maybe 3 times a week. In between, you're going to be soaking and sealing. You're going to be moisturizing really well. You're going to be using great cleansers that reduce inflammatory bacteria on the skin like CLN. Use those things to help really help your daughter's skin stay its best. We know that inflammatory bacteria on the skin can make eczema worse, so things like that can help. So that was what I would recommend to do that. Now there are plenty of steroid-free options, and now some of the best medicines of all time, like Dupixent, are out. And Dupixent can be, basically it's an injection that's given sometimes even once a month for children to help keep their skin clear, but it depends on how bad it is, and you want to see your dermatologist in person to figure that out. So what was the hand cream? CeraVe Norwegian. So it's actually CeraVe moisturizing cream and Neutrogena Norwegian hand formula. So Alistair says, what should I do? What should I do if my face is oily by noon? I want to wash my face, but I know overwashing can be counterproductive. So you can absolutely wash your face, especially if you're using a gentle cleanser, like something like CeraVe hydrating cleanser would be something. Aven makes a really gentle cleanser that's, you know, not going to strip your skin. You can do that if you don't mind. Now it's tough because if you do full face makeup and you're not going to really want to do your makeup and all that. Another thing that you can kind of do, a little bit of cheat, a little hack to the system that you can do, would be applying like a sunscreen powder. So Color Science makes a really nice sunscreen powder that's really good for reapplying sunscreen over makeup. It's also kind of nice for treating the part of the hair if you're prone to getting burned on the scalp. And you know if you get burned on the scalp, that's miserable. It's itchy, it's irritating, and annoying. So that's my hack for that. Lucas says, I appreciate you taking the time to do this. Hey, thank you for taking the time to be here and being part of this community. Again, if you guys are here, thank you so much for those of you guys who have tapped the like. It means the world. And if you guys don't already subscribe, please feel free to subscribe to the channel because I want to be here for you guys. I like doing new skincare videos. I love doing lives. Lives with you guys to answer your questions is my favorite thing to do. So let's see. Ishmael says, I have a dry patch on my palm of my hand. It won't go away. A lot of things can happen on the palm. You can have psoriasis. You can have tinea, which is a fungal infection. You can have eczema. That can happen. There's other things that can happen. But if it's scaly and that, even allergic contact dermatitis sometimes can happen. So Ashley, oh my God, Ashley, thank you. You didn't have to do that. That's super nice of you. Thanks for the 10 bones, man. That's super nice of you guys. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you. Oh my God. That's super generous of you, man. So Mia says, it's giving really bad acne on my cheeks, almost like cystic acne. So Mia, just depends. If you're not actively trying to conceive, if you're getting cystic acne can lead to scarring, okay? And when you get scarring on the face, it can be permanent. So you might want to talk to your dermatologist about bumping things up, whether you're going to do oral antibiotics, maybe something like spironolactone, or maybe even Accutane or isotretinoin. Those things might be worth talking about. A favorite mineral sunscreen. Most of the ones that I like the most are hybrid, but I would say if I had to pick a favorite mineral sunscreen, La Roche-Posay makes a tinted mineral sunscreen that is absolutely fantastic. So that's a really, really good one. Brittany, thank you so much. Much love to you. I appreciate you being here. Maria, besides the spiral birth control, is there a basic routine I can also follow to help with the drying? I tried, oh yeah, so if you're looking for that great acne routine to try, what I'll say is in the morning, 4% CeraVe benzoyl peroxide cleanser, okay? At night, La Roche-Posay adapalene gel, okay? That's gonna be your peak thing. You want to cleanse with a gentle cleanser at night, I would probably use CeraVe cream to foam cleanser. That is a wonderful, wonderful option there for you. Ton of ingrown hairs on the cheeks. It just depends. If you have a little darker skin, your hair is actually made up a little bit different. It has a higher amount of sulfur bonds in it, so it's more kinky, curly, more prone to ingrowns. So the closer you cut your hair to your skin, the more likely for an ingrown, but it can happen to any of us, believe me. Ashley, I'm here in Elkhart. What up, fellow Hoosier? Absolutely, Ashley. What's up? Yeah, the Hoosiers are in the house. I loved, Indiana. I love Indiana. It treated me right in residency, and I was thrilled to stay here. I know everybody was kind of like, I don't know. People assume I think I'm from the coast or something, but I'm in the Midwest. I actually like it here. It's super chill. We got an airport here. I can go wherever I want to. But so T says, will VI Peel help with texture, or can it help with brown spots? So VI Peel comes in a lot of flavors. I do a ton of cosmetic treatments in my clinic, right? I do peels, I do lasers, I do fillers, I do Botox, I do everything. VI Peel comes in a lot of flavors. There's actually VI Peels for acne. There's VI Peels that are more mild. There's VI Peels that are more advanced. There's VI Peels actually specifically for hyperpigmentation and dark spots. It's called VI Peel Precision Plus. So it absolutely can help with texture and brown spots. It has hydroquinone in it, which helps to shut down the enzyme that makes dark spots. Nizoro makes my face and hair really dry and feels like it makes the symptom worse. I would make sure you're hydrating really well. Consider adding in a little bit of that hydrocortisone, 10%, 1%. Ashley said you explained it so well. Thank you. Well, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate you being here. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Make sure to you guys could share the live too with friends if they love skincare. So appreciate that. Yeah, I can't believe that Ashley dropped that 10 bones. Thank you, Ashley. So PJ says, what's your favorite fragrance-free chemical sunscreen for guys with oily skin that don't leave a shiny finish? So you said fragrance-free chemical sunscreen. Fragrance-free chemical sunscreen. I would still go MD UV clear. You could go tinted or non-tinted. I'm looking at your skin tone looks fairly kind of fair. I would probably go non-tinted. That would be an option. I'm trying to think of other things that are really matte for you. Another good matte thing would be, yeah. So let's see. Allie, I'm sorry I missed the name of the cleanser you suggest for my daughter's eczema. So it's called CLN cleanser, like clean CLN. Really good. So doctor, I got 4 months taking Accutane. I've got heart pain. I would definitely talk to your doctor about that, Elia. That's serious. He's a dermatologist. He doesn't need your money. Thank you, Jay Edgar. You're right about that. I don't need anyone's money, but will I say I appreciate someone supporting the channel? Absolutely. But if you want to do one thing to support the channel, tap the like, share the live, comment, give me a subscribe. That's what I care about. I care about reaching more of you guys. I've been on social media for about 4 years. I got about over 500,000 followers across all platforms. So I'm here to help you guys. So do you like Korean skincare? I do. I don't think Korean skincare is superior to, other skincare or whatever. There's products I like from all different brands, all different regions. I tell you this, I don't like expensive skincare and I don't like a really complicated routine. So those are the things that I don't like a lot. So you guys are absolutely incredible. I just want to say thank you so much. It's been a wonderful live with you guys. You guys can drop also, if you have questions that didn't get answered, if you want to drop them in my most recent video, I will make sure to answer them if I didn't get to you. So maybe you're thinking about it or you're a little nervous to ask on live or something, and that's fine. And Alistair, thank you for subscribing to the channel. And I'll be back on here for sure. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to go ahead and tap the like, tap the follow, tap the subscribe right now if you guys are here. And Ashley, I appreciate it. I did put 12 years of training in, right? I don't even know how many tens of thousands of hours to become a dermatologist, but I just appreciate you guys being here. And thank you, Big J. Appreciate you. Ashley, you guys are awesome. Allie, Alistair. It's good meeting you guys. And Brittany, it's great to see an old familiar face in here. So thank you guys so much. I'll be back. I'll be back for sure. I'm going to be on here more. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you soon, okay? So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye now.